Okay, let's start with the class. In reading, we're going to copy at the end. First, we're going to read the story, but let's review. Let's review the information of Marvin of the Great Norwoods by this moment. Now, who is Mr. You mentioned in the story who Mr. Murray. Do you remember who is Mr. Murray? No? Okay, don't worry. Remember that Marvin is a boy. It's a boy of 10 years old that he is going to be in another place living. Marvin Lasky is going to be sent away because there was something happening in the place where he lives with the father, the mother, and the sisters. There was an influenza epidemic, remember that? So in order to avoid that he becomes sick or ill, they send it away. Now he, in that place, he's going to work as a bookkeeper, and he meets Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray is the person that managed the lumber camp. Remember that, it's the person that managed the lumber camp. And he was the person that shows Marvin, this boy, all the camp. How is the camp? Now, let's continue with the reading of this story. So open your book. I'm going to display here also the pictures. So we can continue with the reading class, with the reading of that story. Story, remember here is the information. We already read this page that it mentioned Mr. Murray. And also here it was mentioning, here yesterday we read this page 265, right? After the second bell, Marvin heard the jacks heading toward the eating hall and was nearly time for the first job. What was the first job of Marvin class? It was as a bookkeeper. Remember, a bookkeeper and the others to wake up the late risers. And then it says he ran through the cold morning darkness to the bunkhouse, picking it and counting 5 huge lamps in the shadows. 5 jacks in the socks. Marvin waited just inside the door. Let's continue page 266. Who is in that page, class? Page 266.
Me.
Who is me? Gabriela? Rebecca?
Gabriela.
Gabriela, both? Okay, let's see. Gabriela, you read yesterday, right? Okay, let's see, Gabriela. You're Rebecca. You're going to start first, Rebecca. I get confused with the name, Gabriela, Rebecca. Rebecca, you're going to read the first paragraph. At the third bell.
Me?
Yes, you.
But I read also to yesterday.
Yesterday you read? Oh, yeah, both of you.
Yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be, let's see, Anna, are you ready in the page 266? You should be ready. All of you should have the notebook, the book.
Wait.
You don't have it with you? Who has the book? Who has the book, class? And it's on page 266. No? Those the same people have the book all the time. Lucia, continue with the reading, Lucia. Thank you.
At the fine bell, Marvin was relieved to see 2 jacks climb out of bed. He thought there must be a brooch, a Hebrew blazing for something like this. His father knew all sorts of brooches, blazing for seeing the sunrise, blazing for the first blossom of his spring. Was there all rage for a rising lumberjack? If he said, or a brooch, maybe the other 3 would get up on their own. One love stirred, then another. They growled, rolled, and climbing out them the covers. They have shells slide across the ceiling. One Jack was still in the sack. Marvin took a deep breath, walked bravely over to the bed, reached out, and threw it the Jack's shoulder. It was like a poking a granite boulder. The Jack's burn ran right into his lung. Jolly her. Marvin collared Ellen find an ear to show into. He covered his hands around his mouth and leaning forward. Up. The Jack grunted and muttered something in French. Get up, Marvin pleaded. Another Jack pulled on his box. Boomer lied told Jim Lloyd. Lifted and shoved Latoya and shoved up the door. Latoya James Louis of Latoya Marvin repeated.
Okay, stop here. Thank you, Lucia. Now, one question, class. What is the meaning of left toi? Do you understand what it's meaning left toi here in this part? Oh,
What's left?
left toi. Here it is. It's a word in. It's a French word. It says here. Up. The Jack grunted and muttered something in French. So remember, Marvin is a boy that is going to wake up the person or these lumberjacks that they are still sleeping at 6:20, if I'm not wrong. So he was waking up these people, but they speak French, not English. So Marvin was saying, get up, but they say lève-toi, that it's in French. So it means that this word means get up. It's the same of English, just in another language. Now, Danny, continue with the reading.
Jean Louis opened one eye. It glittered like a blue star beating in this black eyeball. He squinted as if trying to beneath his thick black eyebrows. He squinted as Bonjour, Marvin whispered. Where's the mom? I don't speak French. Just bonjour. And left toy. That's all? No more. The man opened his eye wide now. So what's your name? Marvin. Ah, Marvin, Jean-Louis repeated, as if tasting the sound of his name. Will you get up? Marvin asked anxiously. Jean-Louis growled and fixed him in the hard blue squint of one eye. Please. Marvin stood straight and tried to tremble. Jean-Louis grunted and swung his feet from beneath the covers. They were as big as quills, and one of his huge toenails was greased black and blue. Marvin tried not to stir. Marvin and Jean-Louis were the last to arrive at the breakfast table. The only sound were those the chewing and the clink of forks and knives against the plates. At each place were 3 stacks of flapjacks, 1 big stick, 8 strips of bacon, and a bowl of oatmeal. In the middle of the table were bowls of potatoes and beans with molasses, platters with pies and cakes, and blue jugs filled with tea, coffee, and milk.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Danny. So as you can notice here in this part, they were speaking in French. We have many words, some phrases in French that they were speaking because that boy, that Jean-Louis, speaking French, but Marvin in English. Yes? You know what is bonjour, right? You already learned this in French class. What is
Yes,
the meaning of that word?
plasmid.
Yes, right?
Hi.
I know that you know that word. You recognize this word that is on French, right? This word, yeah.
Buenos días.
Buenos
Okay,
días.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
know, here we have more phrases that they are on French. Here we have those words that they are on French. Now, at the end of this page, it mentions something, class. It says that the food that they are eating, which foods are they going to eat, class?
Flapjacks.
Flapjacks, that's right. What else? It says one big stick,
Milk.
bacon, oatmeal, that's
Milk.
right. And what are they going to drink? Tea, coffee, and
milk.
excellent.
Milk.
Perfect. Now let's continue with the next
Can I
page.
read the other page?
Yes, let's see page 268. There you have the picture of what are they going to eat, class. There it is. Now, yes, Joshua, continue with the reading, the next part, please.
Marvin started at the food in dismay. It's not kosher, he thought. In Marvin's house, it was against ancient Jewish law to eat dairy products and meat together. And never ever did a Jew eat bacon. Marvin came to a quick decision. One day, he would eat the flapjacks and oatmeal with milk. The next day, he would eat the stick of the oatmeal without milk and never the bacon. After breakfast, as they did every morning, the Jacks went to the tool house to get their saws and axes. Then, wearing snowshoes and pulling huge sleds filled with equipment, they made their way into the great woods where they would work all day. Marvin was directly to his office after breakfast. Mr. Murray was already there, sitting out Marvin's work. A fresh pot of ink was thrown in a bowl of hot water on a wood stove. There were 2 boxes on the desk, filled with scraps of paper. Poor sheets, Mr. Murray said. The Jacks are paid according to the number of cords they cut in a pay period, 2 weeks.
Okay, stop here. Thank you so much, Joshua. Now, one question, class. One question for you. Here it's mentioning why Marvin is not allowed to eat the same, like the other people eating the same day, the products and the meat together because of the place where he lives. He mentioned here that he cannot eat the products and the meat together. So he alternates this food because of he is a Jewish. Now, down here we have another information that it's important to remember, class. Core. Do you remember what is the meaning of core? Core. No? Okay. I'm going to help you with this. Remember the core, it's when you have a bunch of wood together, so it makes a core. Why it's important to know here? Because it says that Jacks are paid according to the number of cores they cut in a pay period. So these boys that you see here sitting, eating the breakfast, they are going to get paid the money according to the number of cores, according to the number of trees they are going to cut, according to the number of wood they are going to cut. That it's important to know because they're not going to get the same money, the same amount of money. It depends on how many cores they cut. Next page, 269. Yes, we have time. Let's continue with the next page. Okay, let's see a gear, then you are going to help me. Let's see. Kiara, help me to read the next page, Kiara. 269, the first part.
Out. I am no good at a bookkeeper and have enough other things to do around here. It should go half the Jack's name, or it can write 15 books, maybe that's weekly. Yes, Jan Luis is a dumpling. Here you are. He helped on a small piece of paper with a dumpling. On it, the size of a baby's breast. Marvin blinked. He was all very confused. Sometimes twins were on one sheet. These were called doublets. There were even some children with meant more calculations, and sometimes sheets were in the wrong picture so. Marvin sat staring at the scrap. There is no distance, he muttered. Where to begin? His mother always made a list when she had many things to do. So first, Marvin listened to Jack's name alphabetically and noted the proper symbol for those who could not write. Then he listened the date of a single piece billiard, colored each sheet with the date, and with a ruler, made a chart. By the end of the morning, Marvin had a system and knew the name or symbol for each man. There were many sheets with the hawk thumbprint of the Lord.
Okay, thank you, Kiara. Thank you. Excellent. You did a great job. Continue with the reading, Khaled. The next paragraph, this one.
Okay. Marvin said that
So every day,
Marvin worked until Monday. When he went into cookhouse and he baked beans and two kinds of pie with Mr. Morris, and they cooked. After lunch, he returned to his office and worked until the Jacks returned from the forest for supper.
okay, finish with the last paragraph also.
Okay. The Friday of the second week, Marvin had learned his horse so well that he finished early. He had not been on his strike since he had a race, but every day the response was simple meals and words. When Marvin kept to his office and away from lumberjack, as much as he could, but today he wants to explore, so put on skies and follow the left fence into the woods.
Excellent, thank you. So look here, what it's in general, this page is telling you that Marvin every single day helped with the breakfast, with the supper, it says, and also he worked until midday, it says here. He is working, so it's like the routine of this boy, to be working and to be helping with these two jobs that he has. Now, let's use the notebook class. Open your notebook. Let's write some questions now. We're going to write some questions now. Page 269, yes, we read it. Now, let's copy these questions. 3 questions and 3 answers in the notebook. So we have question number 1. How did Marvin feel about waking up the sleeping lumberjacks? How do you think, class? Remember that it's one of the jobs. He needs to wake up the lumberjacks, the people that they are still sleeping at 1 hour. Do you think that he's comfortable? He feels nice to be waking up these people? No? It might be not, class. Remember, Marvin, it's a kid, it's a boy. It's a shell of just 10 years old. He's 10 years old. And the lumberjacks, they are old. They are no kids. So Marvin, it might be timid and frightened because he is a boy, a little boy next to these lumberjacks. Now, the story also mentioned one boy. It's John Lewis. Who is that boy, class?
Marvin.
Marvin is John Lewis?
No.
No, this boy is it. But who is this boy? Is Marvin's brother or what? Is Marvin's father, Marvin's friend or what? This boy.
Marvin's brother.
Marvin's father. Are you sure? No, remember that
Friend.
John Lutz is one of the lumberjacks. Is one of the boys that he usually wake up late. So he's one of the late risers, lumberjacks in the bunkhouse. It's not the father. Remember that the father is not there with the mother, the father, or the sister. They are not with Marvin. Marvin was sent away from the house. He is living in a bunkhouse. And this boy, John Lewis, is one of the lumberjacks that lives there. He's one of the lumberjacks, so one of the person that is going to cut trees. That is the job of this boy.
We have to plot the ecology.
Yes, you need to take a photo and upload it. And the last question is, at the Canary, we have some French phrases. It's important to write it down, even though this is not a French class, but because that story on the next pages is going to mention again this word. So it's going to be easier for you to understand what they are talking about if you know the meaning of these words. Yes. For example, tell me, Joshua.
We have to find out what is the meaning, or you are going to say us what is the meaning.
I'm going to say you, but if you know the meaning of this word, you can share. You know what is number one, left toi?
No.
Yeah, this buenos dias in English. Good morning.
It's to get up. Okay, bonjour. It might be good morning or hello. That's right. Good morning, hello. It's used for that. So in the story, it's going to be used. They're going to be using this expression. So you need to know the meaning of this word. Understand? Next word, Q2, it says.
Where are you?
How are you? Who are you? Yes, that's right, Isabella. Who are you? That is in English. And the next word, it says, the next phrase, ¿Quel es tu nombre?
¿Cómo te llamas?
What's your name? Yes, in English. Say it in
What's
English,
your
Marcelo. That's
name?
right. Excellent. What's your name? And the last one? Mm-hmm. You know the meaning, Marcelo, of the last one?
What is
It's behind. Behind, it's going to be the meaning for that word. So that story, if you on tomorrow, yes, tomorrow we have reading. We're going to continue with the reading. You are going to see that it mentioned this in more expression of French, because some of the, like John Lewis and other lumberjacks, they are French boys. So they speak on French in one part. So we need to know the meaning of this word, these phrases. Okay, I'm going to take the attendance class. That is the only thing that today we're going to copy. So I'm going to take the attendance to see who was connected today in the class of reading. Ana, Andrea, and Camila.
Present.
Ana Flores, Camila Izaguirre, not today. Okay, Gabriela, Isabel, and Kiara.
Present.
Present.
Perfect. Lucia, Mia, and Rebecca.
Present.
Mia Valentina. No. Rosa, Valerie, and Sian.
Present.
Valerie not here, no Sian. Okay. Alberto, Dani, and Fernando.
Present. Present.
Hermes, Joshua, and Caleb.
Present.
Okay,
Present.
perfect. Marcelo, Santiago Hernandez, and Santiago Chavez.
I finished.
Present.
Perfect. Thank you, Santiago Hernandez. Okay, all the boys are connected.
I finished.
Finished? Show me your notebook. Show me your notebook if you finished.
I copied
Okay.
the other.
Thank you, Kiara. Thank you, Joshua. Bye-bye. You are dismissed. Once you're finished, you can disconnect. Remember, you have one homework on the school year that is to complete an assessment. You have 4 equations, so you need to answer the 4 equations that you have. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Lucia. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Rosa. Bye-bye.